I've never been claimed or identified more by any other ethnic group on earth than Igbo people. I went to school in Boston. I went to school at Northeastern, and my two roommates, my totality of my time I was in school there, were both Nigerian. One was Hausa from the north, and one was from Edo State. And they used to always tell me how Igbo I looked. And I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm from New York. I'm black. I don't know what Igbo means. And then I went to my first Igbo party, and I was like, well, y'all look like my uncles. And then it got even worse when they met my family. Like, this is my dad, this is my brother, this is my mother. But it's more my dad's family that looks Igbo. Now that I know that, this is like one of my uncles, this, my grandfather, my great grandfather. So yeah, I guess when I went to these Igbo functions, I was like, I get it. The similarities are uncanny. It's just one of those things which is so wild to see the similarities, how some people can look. And then I went to Nigeria, obviously, and one of my best friends is Igbo, and I was in his wedding, and the elders at the wedding were speaking Igbo to me, and I'm like, I'm not Igbo.
It's true. Ask about it. Ask.
But I say all that to say, going to West Africa as someone from the African diaspora and not knowing anything about West Africans, what you guys look like, the actual diversity within your countries, your tribes, your regions, your languages. It was beautiful for me to see people identify me as one of them, even though I am not from there. And obviously I did my ancestry, and a large percent of my DNA, like most of us, comes from Nigeria, specifically in the southeastern region, which is obviously Igbo, amongst other things. That's the reason for those visual phenotypic similarities. The Igbo people were some of the most trafficked ethnic groups of the entire translator slave trade. Out of roughly 1.7 million people taken from the Bight of Biafra, the coastal region where most Igbo were shipped out of, about 1.3 million of those people were Igbo. They weren't the only ones. The Yoruba, the Akan, the Wolof, the Mandinka, the Fon, millions of other people from dozens of ethnic groups across West and Central Africa were taken. The slave trade didn't discriminate by tribe. That's not what I'm saying. But the Igbo were taken in such massive numbers that their fingerprints are all over the diaspora. They were loaded mostly into British ships, but they were also taken to Jamaica, the Caribbean, Haiti, Brazil, and Virginia. In Virginia alone, the Igbo made up somewhere between 30 and 45% of all enslaved people imported into the colony at certain points. Nearly a third of the entire enslaved black population in the state was Igbo. So if you are from Virginia, your family has roots there, most likely you got some Igbo ancestry going on. So yeah, I just think that's really cool that you guys you can look at somebody from the diaspora and be like, oh, I think you're one of my people. And then when I actually did my ancestry, I ended up being from that region. But I'm not Nigerian, I'm not Igbo per se, but I guess I am somewhere down the line 15 grandparents ago or some shit like that. Ciao.
Alright guys, I hope you guys are doing well. As many of you may know, I am from Nigeria. I am from the Igbo tribe of Nigeria, and I live in Trinidad and Tobago, Caribbean. I have been gradually observing a lot of things that have me excited, pleasantly excited. I realized that some of the slangs or words that Caribbean people use actually originated from some tribe in Africa. For example, Jamaica, they use the word unu a lot. I hear that in a lot of Jamaican music. Unu. Sometimes I will hear something that goes unu doom. I'm like, what? Listen, don't tell me that these people are using our language. And that is part of their everyday word. One day I heard it in another song. I said, no, I want to go research. Now, unu in my tribe means all of you. When they say unu bia, meaning all of you come. And when we say unu, it means all of you. When we say unu dum, the doom at the end stresses on the fact that I want all of you to come. that they are calling everyone to come. And Jamaican people use that a lot. I'm like, okay, let me go research. When I did my research, I figured out that Unu also mean all of you. I'm like, hold up, how did that happen? Did they borrow it from the tribe? Maybe during the time of slavery, many of their ancestors came with some of their tribal languages. So it keeps showing me that, listen, these people in the Caribbean, especially Afro-Caribbean, truly came from Africa, truly came from Nigeria and Ghana, especially the Igbo tribes and the Yoruba tribe as well. Caribbean people use the word mumu. Everybody in Nigeria know when you say that guy na mumu, meaning that guy is stupid, he's fool, he's not smart enough. And in the Caribbean, it means the same. Mumu. Come on, man, hold up. This is becoming more interesting for me, to be honest.
Let me teach you one chant now. I have escaped from the patterns of my father's house. I have escaped from the rubbish in my lineage. Let's go now.
Alright, so to close out, I bet you didn't know that there's an English-speaking part of Colombia, located just off the coast of Nicaragua. It was first settled by Jamaican British planters in the 17th century, who brought Akan, Fawn, Eve, and Igbo persons to cut lumber and work a few cotton plantations. These Atlantic African peoples had an influence on the Creole spoken in San Andres, which is fairly similar to Jamaican Patois and Belizean Creole. Like the word dupe, which comes from the Gan Eva word for ghost adope, or the word unu, meaning you all in San Andres and Igbo. So how did the island become a part of Colombia, which speaks Spanish? While the English were on the island, the Spanish and French were also trying to take control of it, and attacks on San Andres throughout the 18th century was common. The British planters were able to hold their ground through all of this, but that hard work went to dust when England just decided to give San Andres to Spain. Later, after Spanish control, they asked to be a part of Colombia instead of Guatemala. Today they're known as a Raizal, numbering about 30 to 50,000 people, with visible Anglo-Caribbean influences. That's the roots to go.
Hola, mi nombre es Ada. Esta es mi amiga Adriana. Yo quiero enseñar a Adriana Igbo, mi idioma primero, pero mi idioma segundo es inglés. ¿Qué quieres aprender?
Quiero aprender cómo se dice hola.
Hola. Hola en Igbo es kedu.
Ketu. Hola en Igbo es ketu.
Kedu.
Ketu.
¿Otras palabras?
¿Cómo viniste?
Viniste.
How did you get here?
Kedu.
Kedu.
Ki.
Kedu ki.
Si.
Kedu kisi.
Rute.
Kedu kisi rute.
Eba.
Eba.
Aquí es Eba.
Eba. Aquí eba. Kedu kisi rute ba.
Okay.
No, malo. Kedu kisi rute eba.
En Igbo, si es eje.
Eje. Si en Igbo es eje. Y no.
No es mba.
No es emba.
Mba.
¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cuál
¿Cuál es tu nombre? Queda Fagi.
Queda Fagi.
Yes! Muy inteligente.
Wow. Queda Fagi.
Ada, queda Fagi.
Adriana.
Adriana, ok.
Aprendimos muy rápido. ¿Cómo se dice tú tienes hambre?
Agunagugi.
Agunagugi.
Yes!
Me dijo sí. Agunagugi. ¿Cuántos años tienes?
How old are you? En Igbo es Arone Kid.
Arone Kitty.
Yes!
Mi amiga.
Yo quiero enseñar Igbo a las personas porque Igbo es un idioma
complementario.
ya pequeño.
Spanish
es largo. El mundo. Hasta luego.
Coti, hasta luego.
Jamal Finkley, Black Tree TV. Even brought my Hebrew down. They was like, shit! Man, that's big. I mean, you've done a lot of big things, but to be the king of Mardi Gras. It was by far, I've done a lot of amazing things that I enjoyed. It was by far the coolest thing I've ever done in my life.
You got a picture on you? I gotta see this.
I'll show you, man. I don't carry my phone.
That's what they all say. That's what they all say, man.